the most terrifying of all. Heavy boots on the marble floors of her house, getting closer. Drunken shouts resonating through her pristine dining room, her orangery, and finally her boudoir. Only 2 doors down the hall. Any moment they would be here in her happy place, where she had always felt safe. Until now. And then what? She wanted to scream in fear, but when she opened her mouth, no sound came. And only her hand remained on the gilded frame of Our Lady of Kazan. Dmitri took her hand and brought it to his lips. "Courage," he whispered. His fingers were trembling. The putrid smoke reached her from the streets, making the back of her throat burn. Outside, bulletproof vehicles armed with machine guns rattled past. It rained bullets from every street corner and every roof. The sprawling Kazan Cathedral, the symbol of Russia's victory over Napoleon, of freedom and sacrifice, of bravery and spirit, sported a red, revolutionary flag. And the mob was looting. Men and women scurried in every direction, their arms full of expensive clothes, art and jewelry, furniture and books, until they either made it to safety with their loot or someone forcibly took it away from them. Sophia thought she was living through the worst day of her life, her worst nightmare that by some dark magic had come alive on this cool spring evening. For the first time in her life, she was truly afraid, not just for herself, but for everyone she loved and for all innocent people of Petrograd. Somewhere a door slammed and a woman whimpered. It sounded pitiful, like a kitten in pain. Glass shattered. Was it outside on the frenzied streets, or was it here, in what was supposed to be her safe haven inside her beautiful home? Her husband's voice made her shudder, even though he spoke softly. "Get up, we need to go. We can still get away through the back door." Dmitri was throwing everything he could get his hands on into a large trunk. Their clothes, his books, and her musical instruments. Get away and then what? We have nowhere to go. A volley of gunshots was heard, coming from Nevsky Avenue. She couldn't hear herself over the terrible noise, and for a moment she was quiet. Finally, she added, "There are soldiers everywhere." Dmitri was like a caged lion, edgy and agitated, ready to throw himself out the window into the mayhem outside. Finally, he stopped packing and put his arms around her. "I won't let anything happen to you, Sophoshka. You know that. I will protect you with everything I have." She extricated herself from his embrace and glanced towards the door. "You are but one man, Dima. What can you possibly do against the mob?" "I'm going to take you to my cousin's house on Ligovsky." "Your cousin evacuated weeks ago. Like we should have evacuated." She tried to hide the reproach in her voice. Until the last minute, Dmitri didn't take the threat seriously. Any moment he expected gendarmes to descend on the unruly mob and disperse them. She wanted to remind him that for the past few weeks she had been begging him to take her away from Petrograd. This insurrection felt different to the ones before. It felt all-encompassing, unlikely to pass like a summer storm and be forgotten a few weeks later. He hadn't believed her, and now it was too late. She wanted to say, "I told you so." But as she looked into his panicked face and saw her own fear reflected back at her, she didn't say a word. She didn't want to be a nagging wife at 23. "I have the keys to their house. We might be safer there." "And how are you planning to get there without some trigger-happy sailor using us for target practice?"